everybody, it's Professor Todd, my Yuki Brett. We're here to continue our progression that we started last week, so here we go. All right, so our progression is getting to that safe clinch and getting to the mount. The mount is what we're gonna build this progression on because it's the position that there's a clear-cut dominance of position. Okay, no matter if we're in the fight or we're looking just to talk our opponent out of us, this is a clear-cut pin and control position that my opponent doesn't have any offensive ability from this position. So it is vital that we are able to keep this position. Okay, so we're gonna look at a few different ways my opponent can try to get me off of the mount position, but not using the technique that you learn in jiu-jitsu. We have different defenses, but these are basic, just trying to muscle and push someone off top of you is what we're gonna find in self-defense. So remember, I want a nice, low, heavy base. I want my base spread out nice and wide from this position. There's a few different positions my opponent's gonna try to push me off. The first is simply like a bench press. So he pushes my chest. From this position, I wanna make sure I stay heavy. I'm like a sandbag. I'm draping my weight on. I'm not stiff like a board. It becomes harder for him to control this position. From here, I want to get back to the inside control. But if I do it with both arms, now I don't have a post on either side. So make sure that when we do this technique, that we are pummeling and swimming in one arm at a time. So every time my opponent pushes my chest away, I have the ability to swim back in to get that low, heavy position. A lot of times, instead of just pushing up, our opponent is going to try to connect underneath our armpits and now push me in a different direction, push me to either side. When that happens, remember that low center of gravity, we're a sandbag, we're not a board. And as he pushes me, the idea is I need to connect to my opponent's head. So my base goes out wide in the direction he's pushing, but I'm going to keep a connection to his head. If there's no connection to his head, eventually enough of my weight is going to get off the side so that he can start getting out. So my opponent pushes me from side to side. I take his head with me, staying low, making a nice wide base, and then I return back to center. As he pushes, get that head control, come back to center. Also, my opponent can start going lower to the knees to try to push and move my weight distribution in this direction. So if he's pushing on my knees, the idea is I can just simply come up and peel those grips off of my pants or my knees. So he's pushing that weight, and if he can actually get it to push low enough, he's gonna be able to free his hips. So I do not want him posting or pushing on those knees. So just coming in, peeling those grips up, they're gonna keep me in position. Notice the entire time my heels are pointed up and my hips are pushing down. So I wanna keep that nice heavy position. So now if Brett cycles through all of these escapes, I peel, I pummel, and if we go to the side, I connect and pull myself back to this position. It's vital that we keep this top position and keep the control from the mount because of the obvious advantages this position gives to us. Even if we don't have submissions, just having the position alone is enough a lot of times to win the situation, okay?